Hey, Shawn Clement here, Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center. And this particular video is an addendum to Tilted Spiral. Remember that one? That goes back a few years, doesn't it? So in my first one, called Tilted Spiral Part 1, we talk about, you'll see my son, who's now 13 years old and getting pretty close to my height. He's on a little park unit. And this particular, it was on a pivot, on an angled pivot, which really represented the tilt in the spine in the golf swing. So if we represent that with the one-leg drill, I go to my one-leg drill here. I'm bracing against my forward leg. The ball is slightly back in my stance, so please go to my one-leg drill video. So now I take my backswing. Notice how the weight stays on my forward leg and how my tilt is intact from the weight staying on my forward leg. So now what's really cool about this drill is everything is forced down and under. And so we have the sensation of bracing against that and we feel how everything comes through, but I wanted to add the upper range of the body, the upper torso here. Now, your shoulders rest on top of the rib cage. So you only have about 20 degrees of range of motion in your shoulders here. So when you pivot, see how my rib cage and pelvis is turning on top of my hips here. And if I add a little tilt to that, you'll notice how on the way through, the right shoulder glides under that tilt and the left shoulder glides above the tilt. So if I go into my assembled arm unit here, backswing, body gets out of the way, right arm folds, wrist hinge. Now, you have a look at my dual pendulum swing, okay? Chris Riddick has a neat little book and there's a great analogy in there about the golf swing being two pendulums. Pendulum number 1, sternal notch. Pendulum number 2, wrists. So 1, 2. Now I'm going toward the target. Brace. Target, 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 target. So when I'm staying on target, I'm going to feel my assembled arm unit. I feel how my right shoulder glides under the head and my left shoulder glides above the head. Notice how I'm in a great position here where everything is going to get released out there toward the target. I don't even have to try. So if I maintain that braced position against my left side, out of the way, out of the way, look at how everything is forced out to my target. Beautiful ball flight, awesome contact with the ball, and you're going to feel a much more upward finish. Another great video to combine this with is see my de-lofting the club through proper tilt. So when I'm unwinding around that tilt, right shoulder down, left shoulder up, it gives me so much space here in front of me to deliver out there. Now, Ben Hogan had a really great drill about, he was holding the club out here, and he says, use the hips to deliver your club to the target. And the interpretation of that, if we look at, I'm going toward the target. So many of my students are saying, all right, yeah, Shawn, I went to the target and I experienced this amazing weight shift. Well, what created the weight shift in the first place was you focused on target. That's what Ben Hogan was amazing at. Ben Hogan was a master at picking his targets. So, you know, when he asked the caddy when he played at the LA Country Club, he's on the back 9, I believe it's hole number 13 that I played, the 3 palm trees in the distance. He says, you know, what's the target here? And the caddy says, oh, the 3 palm trees, Mr. Hogan. He says, well, which one? Well, he wasn't trying to be pompous or a show-off. He needed to know which one so he wasn't confused about where he was going. So the caddy says, the middle palm tree. So I knew that Hogan, if he was playing a fade, he was starting it to the left edge of that left palm tree and fading it back toward the middle palm tree. So because he's focused out there, he's getting ready to deliver out there. If you remember my video called Ridiculously Easy, we have a self-preserving system inside of our bodies. If I wanted to throw a stone out there, here's me skipping a stone on water. Notice I'm letting go of the stone there as my body is facing the pond, and the first thing that happened is I put a platform down so I don't twist an ankle or break my leg. I would have been dead, 2 million years ago. I would have been dead if I threw this way and slipped on a rock and broke my leg. So platform out of the way, otherwise I'm going to hit myself. So out of the way, and I'm delivering to the target. So I'm shifting my weight and I'm clearing my hips. So when I'm up here and I want to go to the target, feel how when your arms are falling, when that arm club unit falls in its assembled manner, feel how the body has to get out of the way to allow it to release to the target. And that's where you're going to feel those hips clear out of the way. That's where you're going to feel that the body shifts first and then clears. Your forward leg needs to have weight to be able to retract and clear. Okay? So this is all part of your self-preserving system. Your primitive brain already has all this information. Then the neocortex gets it and says, whoa, did you feel that clearing of the hips? Well, make sure you clear the hips all the time. You're going to get that shot. No. I want you to be aware of what it feels like so that when it happens, you say, oh, yeah, that's the feel that Shawn was talking about. Let's go back to the target. So I'm going green flag, and I'm going to feel how my arms fall toward the green flag. As my arms fall toward the green flag, my body clears and shifts, or shifts and clears, I should say, in that order. And I feel how my shoulders are gliding under and through. So now with that sensation in mind, I'm going to let it go to the target. Did you hear that? Woo-hoo! Does that ever feel good? Just landed. That was smoking 7-iron right there. I'm so happy with that. I got the feel of that delivery out to the target. So I just wanted to add that to our Tilted Spiral series. It's a feel that you're confirming. And as you continue to swing to the target, those are the sensations that you're going to experience. So enjoy the experience. We'll see you in the next video.